Welcome back to Android Weekly. My name is Jayce, and this past week we saw some interesting news from Nokia X, the Samsung Galaxy Alpha, and also some good news regarding Android One first coming to Mother India. So if you remember a few weeks ago, one of the most interesting announcements from a few weeks ago at Google I/O was Android One. And that was the effort in how to put Android in the hands of the next billion users. And we've received news that the first Android One device will be launched this October in India. We can assume that this will be the Micro Max's smartphone, which Google mentioned would be the very first Android One device to launch. At only $100, this could be a major hit in emerging markets. Sources claim that this will be a Flipkart exclusive. Flipkart is a retailer that has become very popular in India. The search giant is not just giving India emotional support, though. They are investing more than $16 million US, all for the sake of taking Android One off the ground in a successful marketing launch. So allow me to be master of the obvious here and state that this could change everything. Having a decent Android device that you can update directly from Google Play and not have to rely on carriers that take 18 months to 2 years, sometimes never, to update to the latest version of Android, this could be Google-licious. Now, we've been fielding many rumors regarding the Samsung Galaxy S5 Prime, or F, or Alpha, or whatever you might want to call it, but recently we've received some indications from the usually reliable Korea Herald. Samsung is reportedly trying to preempt the release of the larger iPhone models this September with a premium metal-built device of its own. This device could be called Galaxy Alpha, claim the Korean sources, though you may know it better as the Galaxy F, a name that appeared in several leaks and reports thus far. The Galaxy Alpha will reportedly feature a 4.7-inch Super AMOLED display, a premium metal body, and Exynos 5 octa processor. This device is said to just be 6 millimeters thick, which would be substantially thinner than the Galaxy S5 8.1 millimeters and the iPhone 5S's 7.6 millimeters. Now, ET News has claimed that this phone could be launched as early as the end of next month. So back in May, Samsung announced that the launch of the S5 was the best mobile launch ever, and they had even 10% increased sales over the S4. On closer inspection, however, it was a little bit less than impressive. As per the research done by Counterpoint, the 8-month-old iPhone 5S significantly outpaced the sales of the Galaxy S5 in May 2014. Apple managed to sell 7 million iPhone 5S units compared to 5 million Galaxy S5 units in the same month. By comparison, stated Counterpoint's researchers, the Galaxy S4 tied the iPhone 5 last year with 7 million units sold. Now, for many people, one of the major advantages to having a Samsung Android phone over an iPhone is the beautiful large screen. But you should know that later this year in September, Apple is expected to launch 2 new iPhones with a 4.7 and a 5.5-inch screen, thereby negating why many people leave iPhone for Samsung phones. So we'll see how that works for Samsung. And unfortunately, I have some bad news for all you Nokia X fans. It turns out Microsoft just recently announced that future Nokia X devices will be launching with Windows Phone instead of Android. Sorry. The shift to Windows Phone is already underway, but Microsoft will continue to sell and support existing Android Nokia X devices. This includes the Nokia X2, announced on June 24th and scheduled to become available globally by the end of the month. Microsoft announced, and I quote, "We plan to drive Windows Phone volume by targeting the more affordable smartphone segments, which are the fastest growing segments in the market, with Lumia. In addition to the portfolio already planned, we plan to deliver additional lower-cost Lumia devices by shifting select future Nokia X designs and products to Windows Phone devices." Thanks for watching, Android Army. You don't want to forget that in the show links below, there's a whole bunch of links to all last week's most popular articles at AndroidAuthority.com, not just the ones I talked about here on Android Weekly. You don't want to forget about my brothers in Android, Josh, Joe, and the Tech Ninja Kevin, and Lon, and Chris, all working hard for the best Android content on the web. See you next week on Android Weekly.